Hi, good evening. How's it going? This is today's second video. Um, what should I talk about? I have two topics in this video. At first, I'd like to share with you my strategy to learning English. As I mentioned in the previous video, I'm going to India for business trip and I aim to be fluent in specific domain. Um, to be honest, I think it's impossible for me to become fluent in just 1 month. But I just want to make the most of this opportunity which I got where I'm going to India. And if I realize something successfully, which is which contribute to my company and my department, then I will get another chance to visit abroad and which allow me to expand my English ability. I believe in it. That is a part of my motivation. In that case, I I'm driven by a desire to become fluent as much as possible. So from now on, I'm focusing on specific domain which is strongly related to my work and some kind of ice breaking talk which is used by business situation. And at the same time, I'm decided to immerse myself in English environment as much as possible. Say, I already changed the language setting of all device I have, including my phone and my PC and my tablets and yeah, of course, including the PC I'm using at the office. And what's more, I'm thinking something, no, I'm thinking everything in English as much as possible. Even sometimes I can't think in English because I'm living in Japan, which which require me to speak English. Like if I talk with my colleague or my wife or my friend, then I should speak English and think in English. No, think, speak Japanese. But now I'm learning English alone and I'm here, my room. Then I can completely think everything in English. And today I changed prior prioritized language of search engine um where I'm using PC. Say, for example, I'm searching something online using web browser, then um, Japanese result will be shown at the first page. This will prevent me from exposure exposing myself into English environment. But now the in search engine priority has been shifted. That gives me a bunch of opportunity to think about English. And recent days, we've been searching something using SNS including Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. I mainly use YouTube to search something because it's very understandable and easy to access, and explanation is very straightforward. If you search something based on text, then we have to understand what he's saying. But on the other hand, using video, it's really straightforward and understandable because they are doing something inside the video. Okay. And there is one thing, it's like a little bit sad thing and makes me feel frustrated. Today, I used Hello Talk. It's been a while, maybe half of years since I used that app. The main purpose for me is that tackle the random talk with foreign people, but unfortunately, I couldn't follow what they saying, and if I say some excuse, I couldn't understand the accent, but I don't want to excuse it because the destination I'm going to is India. Indian accent is totally different from US, which I'm learning English. Consequently, I sh- I should get used to listening their English, and I think so far I'm fine because I have at most 1 month. To be honest, I feel it's too short to get used to this kind of accent and speak something spontaneously, which is strongly related to my work. But I just try it and tackle it as much as possible. Failure doesn't matter over challenge. Challenging something and getting out of the comfort zone is the most critical thing for me to improve something and grow up myself. Okay, let's move on to the second topic. This is my daily practice to walk customers through our products. Okay, I can't help laughing about it, but let me start it. Role play. Hi, how's it going? I looking for high precision testing for electronic board. We are Hioki, which is developing electronic measuring instruments. And today, especially, we are running the demonstration of all testing equipment over there. Why don't you come and see it? And this is FA 1220 jig type testing machine. A jig set already installed into this machine has a pin which is allocated already to each test part of the specific board that automatically translated to there is no movement. That means the takt time is very short. Once you press the start button, all pins will contact at the same time at once. After that, what the machine do is just like testing the every step, but it moving electronically. That's why really high speed. And can you see it over there? It's running the automatic testing. And as you can see, the independent forearm is moving and contacting to each part where the board should be tested. And the most advantage is that no jig, no lead time. This is a big significant merit for using it. When you change the board which you want to test, then what you should do is just to change the testing data. And the usage is very straightforward. At first, import the CAD data of board, and after that, automatically testing data will be created. And then what you should do is just press the press start button. That's it. Very easy. And as I mentioned, this requires no jig and no lead time for jig. So that's why this is a perfect choice for high mix and low volume produce. And looking back to FL 1220, it's a essential and great choice for the mass production because a fixture, we can call it bed of nails, cost you to creating. But in terms of the speed of the testing, it's really fast. So this is like a trade-off situation is happening. Consequently, your production is massive or low volume and high mix, then your choice will be automatically decided. And I'd like to say something about our testing techniques. We have some measurement techniques called guard point and four-wire measurement. Let me describe it step by step. At first, I'm describing guard point. Say your the populated circuit board is already mounted some components, and components are already connected on the board. What happens if you try to measure something, the specific component, but unfortunately this component is already connected to another component? You can't make it isolated because populated circuit board is already designed and created. So if you measure that component specifically and exactly, what should you do is using a guard point. Let me show you some example. Say you are trying to measure your weight. You are at the same time you are connecting your hand. Maybe you can say you are shaking hand with your friend. And how do you think about what do you think about it if the scale shows your true weight or not? Of course, it's not because you are shaking hand with your friend. So that may be error, so the scale won't show the true your weight. The same situation is happening when you are measuring in the specific component. In that case, if you use guard point allows the components and point to be the same potential. The same potential means, let's say there is a 2 point, point A and point B, and those those of them potential is the same. In that case, current won't flow between them. Then electronically, this component is treated as isolated. So one component measurement is realized in that case. This is a guard point technique. And let's move on to the second topic, which is four-wire measurement. In general, when it comes to measurement, the resistance, two-wire measurement is very simple and easy to measure. But if you do it, and if you want to measure resistance precisely less than 1 ohm order, then you can't ignore the error, including contact resistance error and lead error. So if you want to avoid it, you should do four-wire measurement. That means we can separate current line and voltage line. Say there is two part and one combination, this one is deal with current, and another pin and which is contacting to the same point, those are dealing with voltage, they're separated. Then what happens? When it comes to current, you don't have to think about it because current is the same for each component. And if we think about voltage, and in that case the voltage line resistance is very high, then current won't flow to voltage line. Then in that case, the error, as I mentioned, won't happen. This is four-wire measurement techniques. Okay. I'm just curious, I want to ask you something. May I? Are you no in your work? Is it related to semiconductor production? Recently, we are focusing on the testing for semiconductors package board and probe card. As you know, a probe card is a tool for test CPU, and package board is used for no package board is used for mounting CPU. So those are both inevitably essential thing to use CPU efficiently. And in that case, testing package board and probe card is critical for your business to ensure your business healthy. Imagine this expensive CPU will be mounted on package board, and that package board is a bit defective. Then what happens? You will lose this expensive CPU due to the defective package board. But if you already tested the package board, you don't have to, that situation won't happen. This is a big advantage and you should do it. So I'm looking for the opportunities we can contribute to our your produce production process, and we are in measurement DNA. So we've been we've we've no, let me rephrase it. Our company established and forged within the world of electronics measurement. So our DNA is living in that world. So that's why very sensitive errors and the difficult situation to detect is something we are good at. So I'm just asking, wherever we can contribute to your business, we would love to do it. May I have your business card? I just would like to send you the more detailed information via email.